Hey everyone, in this video I will introduce our recent work, DataLab, a platform for data analysis and intervention. Yeah, it's my honor to have such awesome team and collaborators so that we could have this work. Why do we want to have the DataLab? So what's the motivation here? The background is we find most existing tools and research focus on the system designing on top of the existing data. But how to interpret and manipulate the data also matters. So we think the time is ripe for us to shift the focus from interpreting the system to the data. What's more recently, one interesting phenomenon in NLP is more and more researchers focus on unifying dataset operations from different perspectives. So for example, the Hugging Face, they try to unify the data loaders. The second work, ACL Augment, they try to unify the data transformation operations. The prompt source, they unify the prompting operations, and the Snorkel, they unify the data labeling operations. Of course, it's very useful and convenient if we want to use each specific type of the operations. But however, the problem is when users want to use all of them or different combination of them, they still need to go to different places to install different packages. So the question here we ask is, could we try to have a more unified interface that unify this unified interface? Something like this. The data will be positioned as a central node surrounded by a bunch of different operations like pre-processing, prompting, featurizing. That motivates the work DataLab. But basically, it's a unified platform for analysis and operations. It consists of 4 major functionalities: the data diagnostic and provide data searching and the data unified data operations, and also it could help us to perform the global visual analysis. So let's see, what can DataLab do for you specifically? This is a main page of DataLab web platform. So in this page, each icon represents one dataset. So far, DataLab supports more than 1,000 datasets. The first thing DataLab can help you is help you to understand the general characteristics of your dataset. For example, here, this is a dataset called AD News. It is text classification dataset, and from this page, you can easily to find some metadata information like the summary, the published paper of this dataset, and some other statistic information. Besides this, DataLab has also pre-calculated some dataset level features like the average length of the training sample, the average length of the text samples. Also, the sample distribution of different split and the word frequency distribution. So what's the use of it? One potential applicable scenario is when we try to write the paper, we usually need some table like this to summarize the general characteristics or statistics of your data set. So using the DataLab, you can do these things more easier. The DataLab also has been positioned as a crowdsourceable platform. So for example, here, for each dataset, we have designed a comprehensive schema, although part of them hasn't been instantiated, but we provided an editable interface so that users could also make a contribution if they would like to do it. The second thing that DataLab can do for you is to interpret the fine-grained features of your dataset. For example, for the AD News dataset, for each sample, we have already calculated some sample level features, like the text length, the text basic words, and the lexical richness. Actually, on the left side, users can also filter samples by setting different feature values, and on the right side, the DataLab could automatically draw some sample distribution over the features that the users had selected. The third functionality that DataLab can perform is help users to identify the potential bias of your dataset. So far, the DataLab supports 3 types of features: bias analysis, like the hate speech, gender bias, and artifact identification. So this page illustrates the example of hate speech, where the green bar represents the percentage of the samples contains the hate speech words. This is an example of the gender bias. And also, the DataLab can help us to identify the artifact automatically. So artifact here is kind of unexpected features existing in the dataset that could provide a shortcut for the model training. Usually, we use the measure PMI to detect whether there is a potential association between 2 features. Using DataLab, this process could be automated. For example, given any dataset, DataLab could automatically generate a PMI matrix where each entry represents the potential association between 2 features. For example, through this figure, we can find the PMI between the 2 features, label, the neutral label, and the longer length is pretty large, suggesting that the longer hypothesis tend to co-occur with the neutral labels. This kind of the potential artifact bias that we don't want to have. The first thing that we can do for us is try to understand the differences between 2 datasets. For example, here we can try to select 2 datasets, and then the DataLab will generate a bunch of analysis from different perspectives. For example, here we choose 2 datasets, Cell Daily Mail and ACL sum, which are 2 typical summarization datasets. The first analysis is from the metadata level information, like the average length of the document, the average length of the summary. And the DataLab also would generate a spider chart where contain the specific information for the 2 datasets. And here, users can easily to understand the potential characteristics for different datasets. So for example, the Daily Mail is more extractive than the second dataset XSum, and XSum contains more novel words. From these types of information, we will figure out how to design a better system. So yeah, DataLab also provides some gender bias analysis. So we have already said that DataLab could provide a unified interface. Here's the case. All the data relevant operations had already been unified with this interface, like the dataset.apply, and we just need to pass a name of operations. Here, for example, it could be the operation of the pre-processing, like the lower tokenize. It also could be the transformation operations and the feature-wise operations and some other things. So DataLab also could help us to find the potential suitable dataset based on a given ideas. And if you want to analyze your own dataset, you could do it from different ways, like submit it through the web platform or submit by writing a script. Yeah, feel free to play with the demo, and if you have any questions, please contact us. We're happy to answer.